let's check out a couple of plugins from the band bundle by Solid State Logic. I have here the SSL drumstrip, right? Native drumstrip, a plugin that has 4 different effects for drums. Of course, I'm sure you can use it in other instruments if you get creative, but it's made more specifically for drums, for mixing drums. And I'm not gonna be checking out the guitar strip. I'm gonna check out the drum strip and the vocal strip in a moment, right? Let's start with the native drum strip. So we have a gate here. That's very cool because it has many different options to shape the gate, and you can stop like bleeding from other instruments into a microphone of the snare, for instance. Like in a case that I'm gonna show you in a moment, we have kick drum, we have cymbals in the snare microphone bleeding, and we can shape that with this gate that we have. Also, we have transient shaper, which will increase attack to the signal, right? Here we turn on the section, the speed of the transient shaper, the amount, and the output gain, right? We can listen only to the transient shaper without the original signal, and we can invert it as well. Also, we have EQ section, right? We have low frequency enhancer and high frequency enhancer. We turn on these sections right here, and we can add an amount of like EQ in this section, in the lows, for instance, right? We choose the frequency range here from 20 to 250, right? Here is in 70 by default, and we can add saturation as well to the lows and saturation to the highs. It's very, very cool. You will hear in a moment how cool it sounds to add these couple of enhancers to the drums in this case. And we have a listen mic compressor, right? If we select the narrow band, the compression will be more focused on the mid-range, right? And we have a one knob for adding compression. The more you add, the more you increase it, the more compression you have. And we have makeup gain and dry wet, right? Also, we have a general dry wet for the whole processing of the plugin, and input and output. And also we can turn on and turn off the sections right here, and also change the order of things with these arrows down here, right? We can start with the gate, then the transient shaper, or whatever we want, right? Like in this case, I'm gonna start in the gate, then the EQ section, so low and high frequency enhancer, then that transient shaper and microphone, listen mic compressor at the end. All right, so let's start with let me show you the compressor and a EQ section on the whole drum kit, for instance. So this is the whole drum kit. Let me add some low frequency enhancement here. It's already adding 70 hertz before. Nice. It's adding also saturation. Nice. Adding some cool sub harmonics there. That's already great. Sounds better. The amount here. Highs, we're adding around 7K. Okay. Before, it already sounds better, right? I'm gonna just compensate the output. Nice. Let's add some more saturation. Right, brighter, more alive, more bottom end as well, pleasant low end. Okay, and let me add some compression as well. So we don't have a tag decay, tag release. We just have a compressor that's set for drums specifically. More compression. More punch. More snap. Sorry, let's go. Before, after, without compression, with compression. Nice punch. Already a much better sounding drums. Very, very cool. Let's add some transient shaping. Let's check it out. Add amount. I'm gonna turn off the compressor. There's adding attack, as you can hear. We need to be careful with the output. Let me choose the amount here. Much more attack, right? We need to be careful with the outputs so we don't overload it. Nice. And one more thing that I would like to test on, for instance, the snare. Right? We have some kick drums, some hi-hat as well. And we can isolate the snare with this gate. Let's check it out. You can shape it. Okay, so more focused the snare there. Okay, we're isolating the snare there. There we go. Isolated, and we can add other enhancements. We can add transient shaping as well. Before. Okay, so we have the transient shaper there. A lot of attack. Okay, let's use only the compressor. Punch. Only drums. Well, here I am using the gate on all of the drum kit, but for snare, you can hear very isolated, right? Very, very cool stuff, the drum strip. And now let's check out finally the vocal strip, also by SSL. You can buy them separately, of course. In 19 bucks, the vocal strip, the drum strip, and guitar strip. But if you buy the whole band bundle, each one will cost you 13 bucks. So we have this vocal performance, and let's check out the SSL native vocal strip. We have compression and expander, right, to reduce the dynamic range or increase the dynamic range here. As you can see here, we have the on and off control here, attack, ratio, release, threshold, expander, threshold, makeup gain. We can add some saturation as well, soft knee or hard knee. We have also a de-esser with threshold and frequency. The pinpoint frequency, we can listen only the de-esser effect, and also look ahead. We have a deplosive for some low-end rumble and some plosives when the vocalists sings very close to the microphone, and the consonants like the P, the T are very loud, and they impact the microphone. The air impacts the microphone in a very aggressive way, so the deploser is for that, with very few controls, threshold and frequency here, very minimalistic but very effective. And finally we have EQ section, right? We have 3 bands, like lows, mids, and highs, or low mids, high mids, and finally highs, right? And we can shape the vocals to sound much better. Let's start with these vocals. Let's use a deploser. Also, we can shape the we can change the order of the signal chain, right? For instance, I'm gonna use the deploser. I'm gonna turn on everything here, and I'm gonna use the deploser at the beginning, then the de-esser, or not, deploser, then equalizer, then de-esser, and finally compression, right? Or we can go the other way around, compression and finally de-esser. Yeah, because compression after de-esser can increase the SS again. So let's use it in this way. So first the deploser. Let's see if we catch something here. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn off everything for the moment but the deploser. That's what's reducing. Okay, this is the threshold. Especially in the low end, you have some very aggressive air there. You can listen to it. I got several volumes stored away on the subject and related. Much cleaner. I should probably decide. I got several volumes stored on the subject. Okay, then we have EQ section. So let's add, for instance, high. So I got several volumes stored away. Let's add some on the subject. Well, this vocal might not need that, so yeah, we don't need highs. Let's use a. Okay. Well, this is a much wider bell curve, so we're going to choose here around, well, this only gets to 100 hertz, I'm sorry, to 1000, and from 1000 to 20,000. So this is like high mids and highs, right? So here we can remove around 50 hertz, I'm sorry, 500 hertz. I'm gonna turn off this one. I should probably decide. I got several. We don't have a like Q control though. I should probably decide. Not to have a notch, but to have a cut with a wider Q. Decide. I got several volumes stored away. Okay, some low mids here. We can hunt for problematic frequencies. I should probably decide. I got several volumes stored away on the subject and related. Okay. I should probably decide. I got several. And high pass. I should probably decide. I got several volumes stored away. The deploser is in 115. And related. The high pass filter are 100. I should probably decide. Let's use a de-esser as well. I should probably. Okay, here we are. We are reducing this. Yes, to try a little more. A bit smoother. You'll not believe in my new disguise. Let me add the de-esser. I should probably decide. Okay, I got smoother. Several volumes. And let's use compression 4:1. Fast attack time, fast release time. Yeah, like that. Let's turn it on and
I should probably
reduce
decide.
the dynamic range.
Louder
bands.
On the subject and related.
Let's add some
I
saturation.
should probably decide. I got several volumes short away.
Much cleaner.
On the subject and related. I should probably decide.
Much consistent. We are compressing around 12 decibels.
Decide. I got several volumes short away. On the subject.
Much more consistent.
I should probably decide. I got several volumes short away.
Fits much better in the mix.
On the subject
Before.
and related. Maybe I should try.
Yeah, let's go again with the effect on.
Maybe I should try a little more. You'll not believe in my new disguise. Baby, there's a lot to let it go.
Nice.
I got the weight of 1,000,000 lives.
This bundle for $39, 80% off, includes 3 plugins, right? Includes the SSL drum strip, the SSL vocal strip, and the guitar strip, right? This is the drum strip, this is the vocal strip 2, and the guitar strip. These 3 plugins are included, and $13 each if you buy the whole bundle, right? And if you buy them separately, which also they are on sale, $19 each, right? 80% off until September 17th. We have less days remaining of this deal. And the SSL native drum strip, $19 as well. And the native vocal strip 2, $19 as well.